It is time. Hades 2 has been beaten at the max sphere available, even after all the Vow of Rivals additions for the Unseen patch. Possibly not really any changes going into 1.0. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. He's been beaten by none other Foolish, world record speedrun holder. You know, just great Hades 2 player all around. Probably, I mean, if you want to start measuring, you could probably say the best Hades 2 player that exists right now. Maybe. Don't know. Who knows? Let's see. We got permission from Foolish to react to the 67 fear clear from him. So I can tell you right now, it's with Aspect of Medea for the skull. Medea is known to be very strong already, like lots of damage output without a lot of setup. So that's not a huge shocker. However, it's not usually considered a safe aspect. Looks like we got the pet Gale, which will block some moves here. Some damage from each zone. It's like 3 instances per zone or something like that. Looks like we're starting with Zeus's Keepsake. So this is very much so, like, I'm familiar with this setup just because it's commonly used for speedruns, right? So I'm familiar with that. But since we're at max fear, I don't know if he doesn't open it up. Since we're at max fear, there's no Arcana cards. So there's no strength, there's no death defiances, there's no choices to be made there. So really the only choices you're making are Keepsake, Aspect, and Pet for this. Everything else just is what it is. But yeah, it's finally been cleared. Let's check it out. I might pause from time to time. Feel free to ask questions, though. Not that I'll have all the answers here. But yeah, I haven't watched it yet, so let's see. Let's see what happens. So I think the timer's going to be very spicy. Your movement's going to be very important, too, I would say. Let's lower that a bit, just because it's going to be a lot. Like, God. Foolish is already zipping around like crazy. That's one of the good things about Aspects of Medea is the fact that that special move, I mean, it goes for all of the skull aspects at that point. It kind of acts like another dash. I mean, you don't get like the same iframes that you would from dashing when you do it. But it can help you get from point A to point B a lot faster. But you can see it's just going absolutely nuts. Just trying to kill. Because you need every single second. And I did see the win screen already. I didn't look too hard at it, but I do know it's going to be incredibly close for the timer. Incredibly close. So there's not really much to say here. You just gotta, you have no rolls, you know, so that's not really an option, but at least there's no approval process like Hades 1. A lot of people will ask, like, what's harder, Max Fear or Max Heat? Hades 1 and Hades 2, right? I mean, the truth is, I don't know, maybe Max Heat. Considering this has already been beaten, I don't know, maybe. Oh, Storm Ring. Is it a Storm Ring start? It is. Foolish also rarefied it, and then we're going for Poseidon just to get any boon here, probably. Okay, hold on. Hold on for a second. So, if you don't know, Aspect of Medea, you get 90% bonus attack and special damage with it. However, it is presently bugged, and it also increases the damage from Storm Ring, and increases the Scorch that Smolder Ring can apply. Wow, Poseidon's special, huh? I'm kind of surprised there. So, in other words, Storm Ring dealing 90% more damage already. So maybe it's Poseidon special just to help with the wards. That's the little hearts that the enemies get. You gotta worry about Vow of Return here. Oh no! We got a bad setup from the enemies. We got oinked out here. Holy crap, that lasted forever. That's something that Vow of Fangs can do, but it's really not common. I feel like I don't see it very often. Wow, that cost a lot of time. Breath of Arrows. You don't get the health back on it, because Vow of Scars is there, but you still block the hit, which might be important enough on its own. Oh, wow. Crazy, huh?
Mindless wretch.
I assume this is an accident. So what do we want here? Again, no rolls. None of these are great. Yeah, I think you can tell Foolish is not reacting well to it. Was it Rousing Reception? I think it was Rousing Reception. It must have been, because it's not Nexus Rush, and why would you take Fine Line? I'm not really sure. So Magic's going to be really hard for any max sphere here. Magic's going to be a major issue that you can't really supply magic reliably because you have so little max magic to begin with. And you can't roll to try to get magic regen, and you got Vow of Denial on. So you're locking out a lot of magic regen potentially too, yeah. Breath of Arrows healed him to max. Oh, is Breath of Arrows bugged? Oh, wait, does it actually heal despite Vow of Scars? Oh. Right through the shop. So you cannot skip these free chambers, like, the mid-shop and Arachne, because you need the time save. This will skip a combat chamber. I didn't know that, actually. Oh, we even got a fountain room here. Nice. Breath is still bugged to work through scars. Oh, I didn't know that. Melting break. I didn't... Hold on. Let's go back for a second because I want to see what the other options were because I'm kind of curious what got turned down. So you got boosted ignition, which I found to be pretty good. Mega driver is not great for Aspect of Medea. I think we can agree. Melting break. Your special deals plus 600 damage to armor. Interesting. I guess to kind of... Yeah, I mean, you need to bust through the armor so you can actually start staggering enemies. Because if you don't do that, then it's going to be a problem, basically. Bridal Glow, level 3. Oh my god. Yo, what? Bridal Glow, hit the special for 80. We got a Gale block there. Holy crap. Oh, big damage, but we have some armor from Arachne still at least. So trials tend to take a bit longer than a normal chamber, so it's interesting that this is the way that Foolish decided to go. Kind of don't remember what the other option was, though, honestly. But you can see here, like, enemy spawn... you get more waves, the enemies spawn in more slowly. Not to mention you got the actual dangerousness of it. Flash Fry is a nice boon, no? You want the defense from Hot Pot, maybe? We took Hestia's attack. We took Hestia... I did not expect Poseidon's special or Hestia's attack with this. Not at all. Took the armor. Wow. Trials aren't affected by hordes. Fun fact. I'm learning so much. Trials aren't affected by Vow of hordes, which normally, in this instance, would increase the enemy spawns by 60%. I did not know that. This is a really dangerous fight. It is quite difficult to not get sheeped here. Or you know, Tony'd or oinked oinked or whatever. And you might see pause buffering from time to time. Just make sure you don't get hit. Interesting. Just to kind of check out what's going on, because you need every second, right? We got 90-something seconds on the clock right now. We don't have free no, so you can't block here. So let me see. You could avoid this potentially. I think there's certain patterns from Hecate that make it really hard, but wow! That's crazy. Avoiding the sheep and taking no damage is so difficult. Is so ridiculously difficult. Oh, it is this one. Okay. Hecate is a very, very time-consuming fight. He likes to teleport around. And then you gotta figure out which one's the real one. And there's not really any tells, not anymore. The best you can do is if she has a voice line while after she teleported, you can use your headphones to kind of tell if she's left or right, but that's kind of it for the most part. Ooh, that's crazy, huh? That's actually crazy. So, I bet Foolish is letting people know that they're on a good run here, because I think that is really good for the timer and everything. Athena. So we have no Death Defiances. You sell Bridal Glow for the money. There's no downside to selling Bridal Glow. You get to keep everything. Selling Rousing Reception as well. Because it's just a boon that doesn't do enough and maybe just wants more money to spend on other things. Okay. Athena this early on. So Athena, you have no Death Defiances to refill, but she could give you the... She has a boon where when you prime 100 magic and you get like a replenishable Death Defiance. I assume that's what Foolish is aiming for here. Athena practically always happens. There it is, Stalwart Sand. That's it. So you get that back every single chamber if you lose it. But you only get the one, you know what I mean? That's a big deal right there. And remember, there was no rolls there. So if Athena decided not to offer that, that's it. We don't have it. We don't have it. I assume Morris's pin is going to make an appearance as a keepsake at some point here. I assume so. So in Hades 1, even if you didn't have rolls, you could gain them by picking a key as a reward, right? Can't do that in Hades 2. Can't do that in Hades 2. Static Shock, just prime all the magic away, right? So Chaos, this is an interesting choice here. Chaos will save you time, probably. Hopefully, you know what I mean? Because you skip a combat chamber, but no rolls, curses can be bad, and you're taking some damage to go there. Health that I guess you could get back because of the Death Defiance. The thing is, mini bosses are actually very quick on average.
Thank you for your service.
Mini bosses, and we have melting. Oh, but this mini boss is kind of annoying because I don't even know if you can hit it with your special, really, when it's in that position at least. You need it in a different place, I think. Yeah, I think Foolish is trying to get it, but I think the game doesn't let you hit it special through that area, basically. Oh my god. It's being so rude right now. Ooh. It's just unlucky. There's some patterns there where the Sea Serpent will just stay in the middle instead of teleporting away, and that's no doubt what you'd prefer. 25 max health. Is that the first instance of max health that we've really gotten? I think it might be. The thing is, it kind of makes sense though, because there's like a certain, just like in Hades 1, there's a certain baseline amount of damage that you kind of need in order to get past this, right? Because it's a long run. The boss fights are long. Not just dangerous, but just long in that vow of time. It'll do ya. Oh, this room seems nasty. We still have the dress from Arachne. Now, I doubt the buff actually mattered, whatever Arachne gave us. But we still have the armor, I believe. It's a little hard to tell, given some of the pixelation there. Trying to group enemies up and be patient. There's no ranged option right now. There's no option to do a ranged attack. You can drop the cast and hopefully enemies will walk over it. But if there's a dangerous enemy like these boulders that get spawned in, ramming into them with Medea's special is kind of a death sentence if I understand it correctly. Shop over palm here. There's a small thing here where the timer won't pause. Nice. Storm Ring at Heroic, and we got a common double strike to try to increase that. The timer won't pause if you get the free item, which was on the left, but it will pause if you go the other way. Okay. Now this fight, I honestly find it to be much more difficult to manage than some of the others here. There's just so many things to avoid. There's so many things. Remember, all enemies have 30% more HP as well. Oh my god. Scylla is so rude. He's trying to get you with the clam. Nice dodge there. Drop the cast. Okay. Yeah, this fight is an absolute nightmare. The tentacles are so much to manage. It wastes so much time. I do think, like, Cerberus is almost a bit easier to manage personally. Might kind of depend on the build or something like that. There's just too many things to avoid all at once. We're not even through phase 1 yet entirely. We still have to get Scylla through. Okay. Trying to be careful here, no doubt. Okay. Whew. Did we get the dress maybe that increases cast damage? Was that necessary for this, I wonder, almost? Huh. Erebus is just so annoying. Look at all the projectiles you just have to continuously avoid, and they're going to continuously aim for you. There goes the dress, finally. There's just projectiles constantly. Look at this. This is tough. There might come a point where you have to decide, okay, I'm willing to take the hit here for those few seconds of invincibility and use Athena's Death Defiance, right? Because you'll get it back, but you'd rather keep as much armor as possible for the entire run. Oh, God. It just doesn't stop. This fight took... You have 5 minutes per zone, right? But this fight took, I think, over 2 minutes. I believe so. That's crazy. It is so long. The tentacles have so much HP. They're so spread out. Oh, my God. That must be so difficult. I would love to ask Foolish
Might as well.
his thoughts on some of these things. So we know Breath of Eros apparently works. Didn't buy it? Am I crazy? So we're putting on Morris's pin. In case you don't know what Morris's pin does. If you drop down to 0 health, you then have 10 seconds to clear the encounter. And you get the pin back. If you don't clear the encounter in those 10 seconds, then you lose a Death Defiance. If you have no Death Defiance, then you die. It's over. Why no Death Defiances? There's no Arcana cards. Because this is Max Fear, baby. No Strength. No Huntress. Nothing. We ain't got shit out here. There's still a few ways to heal here, you know, through the Vow of Scars. And some of these things I haven't actually even witnessed them myself, but like Chaos can give that boon that heals you per location. Like 3 health for every location you exit or something like that, right? And that apparently goes through Vow of Scars for whatever the reason.
The choice is yours.
These don't matter, right? Because we're not spending magic. I don't think it's ever going to matter.
I can get out now.
I can't think of a reason why it would. Jesus Christ. Wow, just seeing how much health this thing has, even with Melting Break, is kind of crazy. So you can see the strat of just kind of dropping the cast, one little special throw, run away, you know?
Hello. Hello.
You want to have Judgment? You can't have Judgment on. Chat, 0 Arcana, none. You can't have a single Arcana card on. At Max Fear, that's a Vow of Void. You cannot have any Grasp. 0 Grasp it gives you, I'm afraid. More Zeus. I guess we're going Hera. Stuck with Gift, Gift, Gift. Is that what we wound up with? Oh, we took Dodge, Dodge, Dodge. Okay, I'll come back to this. One sec. Let's double check. Evade, evade, evade. Oh, you're saying no Gift, Gift, Gift. I'm sorry. You're probably saying no Gift, Gift, Gift. Okay, so Gift, Gift, Gift would allow you to get... essentially keep the Moros pin, but then put on a different keepsake for the final zone. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying here. So instead we got evade, 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 which allows you to dodge up to kind of a certain amount of attacks there. Oh, the suckers are really bad. Because they'll trigger evade even though they're not hitting you. Oh. It's just so many things. It almost looks like Foolish is playing at 1.5 times the speed or something like that, right? There's so much to manage here. We got a Gale trigger there. Judgment is a constant grasp. Oh, sorry, it just disables it all. At full amount. I see what you're saying there. So it's okay if you get down to 0 health here. It's really not a big deal. Oh, he's doing it on purpose now. Triggers the pin. You go back up to 60 health if you clear the encounter. There we go. You're probably palming Storm Ring because that's an increase on the base damage, and Medea increases that base damage by a certain percentage. No hair attack. I mean, if you watch the run from the beginning, you kind of get what you get. There's no rolls, remember? And the keepsakes are so tight that you can't really just afford to use another God keepsake instead of what was already taken. You get to choose a God keepsake in Zone 1, but that's kind of it. I wonder if even that's kind of questionable in its own way. All right, Cerberus. You got to watch out for that backhand. We're almost through phase 1, I guess, if you could call it that. And then we get the ads in, and then everything kind of slows down for a second. And it's just sort of a nightmare for a little bit with all these guys throwing crap at you. The backhand is so mean. It's much wider than it looks, too, the backhanded attack. When Cerberus puts up his arms like that, you're not supposed to attack, because he'll shoot fireballs at you if you try to hit him. Ooh, this is a bad pattern, because you kind of just got to run away. Yeah, you can see Foolish had to stop attacking there. Then you only get a couple brief opportunities. Woo! Yeah, here come the hand slams. There's not much you can do besides run away there. Gale still went up. I'm surprised we still have Gale left at this junction. It's still a long fight. And it's hard to really know here, right? Foolish probably knows how much time he needs to finish the run. But I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, how hard do you have to go in order to finish this bad boy, right? You probably do have to use those 10 seconds of invulnerability from the Moro's pin at some point here just to finish it. Now, I'm not certain when you decide to do that. Foolish must know how many hand slams Cerberus does, and thus can jump in during the last slam there. Looks like it might have been 4 or something. Wow, not triggering the pin on purpose. Maybe now he'd be willing, though, because it's so close now. Wow. Only 2 minutes 28 left. Only 2 minutes and 28 left. Would it be valid to try and do 67 fear with the picky keepsake and Erebus and hope for a judgment to be activated? I mean, you gotta imagine that it would suck if that was like the meta, I guess, because that's a 1 in how many? How many Arcana cards are there? 16? Or 25? I think there's 25, right? So it's a 1 in 25, otherwise you reset the run right away, right? That would indeed suck. Rousing Reception came back, I didn't even notice. So you're gonna leave the pin on now. Yep.
One last drop.
It's a 1 in 25, otherwise you reset. That would be quite annoying if that's what you have to do in order to get a win. So I guess I can't say it's invalid by any stretch. But I will say it's very impressive that we got it without it, right? Okay. So what's there to know about Tartarus? Well, you don't want to take any extra chambers. You might take the daddy. You probably take Daddy's chamber. There is like something very, very, very small. Like take Daddy's chambers. The enemies get a little bit tougher because the location count still increases or something. But it's probably worth it for what Father brings to it. Oh boy. There's Father. Okay. Yeah, so like Deep Descent is probably what you really want here because it reduces the ads. It's a big difference. Hell yeah. So Deep Descent, it says it reduces the number of enemies summoned by Chronos by 50%. It also stops a mini-boss from appearing during Phase 1 entirely, which is a really big deal. I think Life Tax works through Vowed Scars, but you probably wouldn't take it with the pin and everything anyway, right? I believe so. Oh boy. Yeah, if we were relying on like Judgment getting hit at the start of your run for this to be plausible, we're back to the Hades 1 level of RNG bullshit, you know what I mean? What is it about Hades 2 that has made Max Fear more doable than Max Heat? I think it is RNG in a lot of ways. Because I think in terms of skill level, it's just as difficult. Possibly more difficult. It's really hard to judge from that perspective. I honestly think what made 64 Heat so frustrating and annoying and made people not want to play it was that aspect of approval process, and you don't really get to pick your boons or anything like that, right? You know what I mean? You don't really get to pick your boons. And not to mention, resetting took a lot more time in order to prove that your run was unseated. You had to show a death between every single attempt if you didn't get exactly what you wanted in Chamber 1, right? Oh, just absolutely brutal. But since they added the faded roll there, uh-oh. Health is going down. It's fine. Okay, taking the hit on purpose to get our health back to 60 with the pin. No extra chamber, so we're going back. Yeah, no sack RNG. Don't get me wrong, there is a large amount of RNG that's going on here that you kind of got to rely on. But it's actually it's actually really interesting what happened here. And it doesn't really seem like Foolish got, like, the god set up, the perfect build, all the stars aligned or anything like that. It seems more like Foolish kind of made do with what was given for the most part. I mean, Storm Ring, sure, was the thing that was being reset for to some degree, I'm sure of. But, like, the wonky Poseidon special, it's really interesting. We didn't get gift from Echo. There was a certain number of free chambers that got activated, no doubt. You can see some elements of bad luck and everything, right? Okay. So I wonder, double, okay. And maybe you're hoping for Storm Ring to get hit? We didn't get it. What do you take here, I wonder? Ooh, I don't know, actually. I'm not really sure. I just realized we don't have Origination, right? We don't have Slippery Slope. Oh, right, Origination doesn't matter because we don't have any Arcana cards. Ooh. No Arcana cards. See, now I'm making the mistake.
Chronos.
So more Scorch applied. Scorch is very strong. No, it's in a strong place right now, so I think that makes sense. Okay, here we go. The final battle. Here we go. Clearing off these ads. These ads are actually incredibly annoying. I think this is possibly one of the more dangerous points of this fight. And it's easy to just get a couple bonks and try to greedily phase Chronos without taking care of the ads. But I really don't think you should do that. Oh. Took one little hit there, unfortunately. Okay. Oh, man. Annoying combos from Chronos. There's a couple of annoying things here. Oh, my God. Got to watch out for that last burn. That move is quite annoying because with Aspect of Medea, you kind of can't damage him when he's doing the suck move. If you try to run into him with the special, he's going to hit you. So we got some more ads to deal with. These are going to be the last of them. They do have that death rattle where they spawn that red ring there. Okay. Weirdly, that Scythe throw, which was the bane of my existence when I first started playing this game, however long ago now, right? Has become one of the easier moves to handle. Especially with this aspect, I think. Whereas this move, you kind of just gotta wait. Maybe you drop a cast next to him or something, right? We had a lot of time entering this fight, but it's gonna take a long time, too. Wow, just knowing exactly when to do that. Now in phase 3, it's gonna be a different story. Wow, the patience. The utter patience there to just wait and dodge at the perfect moment. It's unbelievable. Oh my God. It's far from a burst build, right? Foolish making do with what he's got, though. I wonder what his ideal special is here. It might be Zeus's special still. I wonder if he had even planned for Storm Ring, or if he had hoped for a high rarity special and was willing to accept Storm Ring at the beginning. Woo! Phase 1 complete. Oh. Okay. You can sneak in a couple hits, but nothing crazy. And then you're probably going to have to do this, right? You got to be careful. Don't get hit by these bubbles at the start. Not much you can really do here. There's no way you're going to have enough D to get through that quickly. Still on the first half here. Watching out. He's doing his triple combo there. Oh, this slowdown is honestly a killer a lot of times. If you get that slowdown at the wrong time, things can line up and absolutely destroy you. Because it could be that you accidentally deal too much damage while the slowdown's happening. Chronos goes into a phase transition and begins a whole new set of moves, and it's a complete bullshit, basically. I would be extremely scared of that happening. So we did get some ads here, but I think they're dealt with already. Just trying not to get hit. Perfect dodge there. Another perfect dodge there. Oh, the patience. The patience out here. Now, phase 3 is where you're going to need the most patience, where you can only attack at very select opportunities, right? We haven't lost the pin or the death defiance yet, by the way. 1 minute to go. Minute 18 even. And there's not much you can do at the start of this phase. You just gotta run. Why am I so nervous? We already know the outcome. What? What? Excuse me? What is going on? I've never seen that. There's the triple scythe throw. Here comes a combo. Okay. Usually when Chronos summons ads like that, that's a good opportunity to get some damage in. Oh, the triple scythe is insane. It's absolutely insane. I saw a dodge trigger there, I believe. We have a dodge boon. Oh! 30 seconds left. We didn't go over the timer anywhere else. But you can't rush. We still have 10 seconds of invulnerability from the pin. There's half. The timer! But there's not much you can do when he chases you like this. You just gotta wait. And then you try to sneak around, but then he just decides to do it again, and the time's up. Balls to the wall, get the damage in. Oh no, but then Chronos is gonna waste time and shoot the lasers. And you just gotta wait. One laser hit went off. We have 10 seconds of invulnerability. Don't move, Chronos. Don't move, Chronos. Don't move too far, at least. Hell yeah, there's the damage. We get all this invulnerability while the deadline is already up. Triple throw there. But we're out of Death Defiances already. The pin's gone. The Athena's gone. 4's health left. Ah!
No god can vanquish me.
Literally 1 second away. 4 health left. One more tick from Vow of Time would have killed him. One more tick would have done it. Does that mean we were only 0.11 seconds away from a loss there? Can you believe it? Holy shit. I'm not gonna lie, if I got pigged at the start, I might have just said, I'm resetting. Like, I'm done. I'm not even gonna try. I honestly feel like getting hexed at the start is just a flex at the end of the day. You know what I'm talking about? Wow. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. It's done. It's already done. Cast damage, top of the meters here. Let me hide my Twitch chat in case you want to see this a little bit more thoroughly. Cast damage at the top of the meters. Special is next. Oh, probably because of Melting Break. That makes sense. Gotcha. A lot of on-hit effects here. I think on-hit effects do you a lot better than something like Aphrodite's attack or something like that when you're going up this high. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Crazy. Really just not that much here, you know? Really had to lean in on the cast. But I do wonder, I'd love to ask Foolish. Maybe we can all ask Foolish. You know what I mean? What was the ideal setup here? Like, what are you really hoping for? I mean, gift would have been huge from Echo, because that way he could have put on the Lucky Tooth for the final zone and it had a whole extra Death Defiance, really. Crazy. Imagine if he died to Chronos, it'd be devastating, right? Absolutely devastating. Absolutely devastating. That's it. That's it. Chat, and everyone watching this, make sure you go show some love to Foolish for me. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit comment, leave a beautiful comment. Tell him the damp dad sent you, or whatever you want to say. Ugh, don't say that, though. I appreciate you for watching. I appreciate you for supporting the community. I appreciate Foolish for getting the run done, and everyone else that supports the Hades 2 communities that we have out there. They're absolutely beautiful. I'd love to see more crazy challenges like this. You know, how long until Max Fear hitless, you know? Foolish only has one way to go up, and that's still only one way to go. That's still going to be up. Thank you so much for watching. All right, that's it for the YouTube video. Hi, chat.